It's time for another process video featuring Richard Royce. We have another attacker, Ashraf, York, and then me, yourself, for the final 3-star. Royce came in, and this is his plan, this is his idea. I believe this was a fresh hit too, because the reason I say that, he brought a wizard here, and if he knew the Tesla was there, he would not have brought the wizard there. So, fresh hit attempt, very impressive, and he almost got this down. Now, I will say, you got to look at this, guys. This is amazing wall breaking. Look at this. Do you realize what he did? If he didn't put these wall breakers in before the wizard tower dropped, these wall breakers would go crazy. They would not break in for the queen, and I'll show you how important that was, because we have, yeah, anyways. Bringing in hogs, he was going to do this to help, honestly, in my opinion, to help the wall break. So his goal was to break right here on this corner, but he was just not able to get it in. They drifted off to the Inferno side, so just not quite there. And with that sort of happening, he just, again, the tweaks that are going to be made, we're going to be adding some different things, tweaking, adding more loons. He only has 15 loons, one in the CC, just not enough firepower for all of these air defenses to get the job done, even though Queen's doing some work. He was hoping, you know, he was hoping for a little bit more from the queen. But anyway, she does break in. And honestly, that's why we don't need those wall breakers. But we'll get to that in a second. Great LavaLoon placement, triggering that red bomb just barely. And then he brings in some more loons, taking down some Teslas. He's bringing in the second hound as well, his final hound. So again, with this sort of attack strategy, only 2 hounds for 4 air defenses. Now that seems a little bit risky, a little bit crazy, but honestly, he would have had it. He would have had it. Only a couple things. If he hadn't brought those wizards and brought the wall breakers, he would have been able to add some more loons. And if he had just 3 more loons, 4 more loons for these Teslas, it would have been 3-starred. So a great attack from Royce. I mean, this madman's amazing. But we're going to watch the tweak. Not quite there. And so what do you think is going to happen? Will be a time, you know, we won't be able to get that one out. What do you think is going to happen? How do you think this process video is going to work? Because Ashraf, now I looked at this video as well. Now this is an amazing hit. York. I think someone else was, who was using, I think someone used his account, or used his hit because he was out of town or something. Or not out of town, just busy, or I don't even know. Maybe it is York, who knows. Anyways, the nice tweak here, bringing loons for the Tesla. Obviously we know that. But the big thing is, look at this bowler bounce. This bowler bounce is probably the best bowler bounce I've ever seen in a very long time. He's going to get to the air defense. Now you think, well, he's protecting against it. No, not if you're a badass booty like him. He's amazing. Anyways, the problem here was a couple things I noticed. One, he was late on the king. So in the previous attack, the king went down before this archer tower locked onto the queen. And that ruined kind of the pathing here. He also misplaced one of his wall breakers. He put it down before this structure, this archer tower went. That's why it went to that corner. And he was too late on the back end. He brought these in, but well, it wasn't late on the wall breakers. It was the rage that caused it. So the rage enabled the queen to take down the archer tower quicker before the wall opened, and so she shifted off to the side. Does that make sense? So those things, I'm not sure, maybe it was maybe he was afraid I'm not sure why he put a rage there, but it doesn't matter. Look at this beautiful bowler, and this was exactly what I was gonna do. I mean, you cannot get better than that. He is gonna stop the rage short because he realized queen's dead. There's no point in doing it. But look at this, amazing, guys. Look at that bowler bounce. Unbelievable. It's going to get down the air defense. So I saw both of those attacks. And I looked at this base a number of times. I watched the replay over and over. And I was like, how can I, what can I do? What can I do to change it? Anything I can do. Well, honestly, I didn't need 5 wall breakers, but 4 would have been the best. But, you know, I was afraid that maybe I would make the same mistake and it would go off to this corner. That's why I brought 5. But the big change you notice here, I'm doing the bowler bounce, same spells. Why are you bringing 4 healers, Halo? Why are you bringing 4 healers and not 5? Well, I watched the replay over and over, and I realized, hey, he doesn't lose a healer. You don't need 5 healers unless when you're queen charging, you're going to lose one of your healers. Say you lose it early on, you can't trigger it with a loon. you know, you need the 5th healer because then you'll have 4. If you drop down to 3, she wouldn't be able to survive, certainly the CC, or it'd be harder, you know. Very, very dangerous. 3 healers, not so good. So that was the tweak. So it enabled me to bring more loons. You notice I have 24 loons, way more loons than both attackers because I made the tweaks. So, and I have some more cleanup too. So everything's the same. My timing was, this is how I go about doing it. I was going to put the queen down, and then I was going to do my healers, shift over to the bowler because I knew she would be taking down these structures. I don't have to watch her. She's fine. Drop my bowler, he does his little bounce, and then mentally I'm going to get ready. As soon as this archer tower locks onto my queen, I drop the 3 loons to take care of the Tesla for pathing, and then as soon as the queen finishes the archer tower here, then I put down my king. My king's going to be tanking, but before this archer tower locks onto the queen, and then I drop in the Wallbreakers at the exact time. So I drop the Wallbreakers, the test one after this drops, and then before this goes down, drop the remaining. Anyway, there goes the boulder bounce. You see him up in the corner, pathing. Everything's going perfect, just how I said. And look at this, guys. About to drop the king pretty soon. As soon as this, there he goes down. Now, once this archer tower drops, look, bring in my test wall breaker. It triggers the bomb. You have to trigger that, and you need spacing, guys. If you brought these in, if you didn't space it enough, this bomb would kill them all. I've had that happen, and I dropped it before this wizard tower drops. Because if you don't bring in the wall breakers before this wizard tower goes down, these wall breakers will not go on this corner. They'll probably shift to, well, they'd shift to here. Well, who knows where they shift, but they definitely won't shift there. I think they'd go to that one. Anyways, look at that. See how there's no rage? Boom, it breaks open. Just the perfect timing. Bowler doing work. Seriousness happening here. This is looking out. At this moment, I was like, yes, this is looking good. However, a couple mistakes I made. Well, I made 2 mistakes. One, I brought the loon. I don't know why I dropped. I thought the queen might need help here. So I put a loon here down. Look at that air defense. Dropped, guys. Amazing bowl. I put a loon here to help the queen. Honestly, it wasn't necessary, but whatever. What have you done? The big mistake I made was I forgot about my hound CC, guys. Forgot about my hound CC. Now, I had timed it exactly how I wanted it. Now, I was going to let the queen bang on the wall. Now, I was not going to deploy my loons until she pretty much was at the very last hit of the final wall. She has like 2 hits, and then I deploy them because I want to make sure the wizard tower doesn't lock onto my loons, if that makes sense. See? Drop them, deploy them. Here comes the hound. Now, I'm not quite sure how I didn't trigger that red bomb. Last time, Richard must have put it a little, just like 1 tile in, because it didn't trigger the red bomb, unfortunately, and so it hit my loons. That's unfortunate there. And the thing is, guys, look, I forgot about my hound CC. My hound CC should have already been down. I blanked on it. I was like, wait, I have a hound in there. Look, this is how late it was. That was not intended at all. However, I've got loons at 12 for that air defense. Queen's doing well, doing work. Here comes some more loons. At this point, I was like, oh, I failed because I messed up on the hound. But thankfully, they relocated to the hound, and those expos didn't get on the get on the loons. Here comes the side loons for the Teslas. 2 for that one. I was intending to have 2 for this one, but I used 1 early on for that archer tower. That was a mistake. I mean, yeah, honestly, it didn't matter in the end. Was still able to get down that Tesla, and I have plenty of cleanup down, you notice, and time to spare. It wasn't close raid. I had 4 or 5 loons left. I don't know, 4 or 5 loons left, clean up, but plenty of pups, plenty of minions, all the good stuff. Now that's how you do a tweak, guys. That's how you tweak it. What was that for? Oh, and that was a 3rd mistake. I forgot about the builder hut. I didn't even notice there was a builder hut out there. I should have put a minion over there. I don't know what I was thinking. Big noob move. Don't ever do that, guys. Please. Don't ever do that. You'll just run into serious problems. But that's a process video for you. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Just watch those replays and maybe, you know, you'll spot, hey, you don't need that extra healer. Typically, if you're not going to lose a healer on the charge, you only need 4. If the 5th one doesn't do anything, it's just people bring 5 because on long queen walks, you typically lose a healer from a black bomb. Make sense? So just watch the replay and see if you need it. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Come back for more. Subscribe if you love this material. I wish the world would see and become better amazing clashers like you. LOL.